Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over how I cleaned, prepped, and painted this engine for my Honda. This is applicable to any aluminum cast engine. So I started by plugging up the intake and exhaust on the motor, making sure the spark plugs were in tight and all the covers were on. I degreased it with just degreaser, some simple cleaner pressure washer, and then I sprayed paint stripper on it and pressure washed it again to get all the paint off before wire wheeling and scrubbing it down.
Currently, I'm prepping it to clean it, to paint it. So as you can see in between these fins, it's really gross. So what I'm doing is I've got this engine drill set up. This is a stainless steel wire attachment. You can put it on a driller by hand, and I'm just kind of spinning it, and you can see all the shit coming out as I spin it. Other than that, I've gone through and stripped it. I used some clean strip in a can, and it got most of the stuff. There's some spots like right there, but I'm gonna finish up scrubbing this, mask it off, and get ready to paint it. Another spot you wanna make sure you hit well is in between the ears. So here's a spot that I just quickly went through. So you can see, there's no junk inside of there. Now on this side, there is a lot of just built up gunk. So I'm gonna go through and keep going. As you can see, like on these, they're coming out pretty well. So once I finish doing this, I'm gonna go through brake clean, pull a bunch of stuff off, tape a bunch of stuff off like this oil line and starter, and get ready to prime and paint. All right, so I went through and I taped everything off. Stuff like these hoses and the electrical and the starter that I didn't want to remove. I removed the carb boots, taped them off. All the side covers. Eventually the side covers will come off and will be polished, but I went through, scrubbed everything down with brake cleaner, and now I'm gonna prime it with some of this Duplicolor engine enamel primer with ceramic. So if you want part number DE1612. So, all right, I just sprayed on our silver, so this is gonna look like an OEM aluminum paint in the bottom, and then I painted the jugs in the head, which from factory would have most likely just been raw cast aluminum, but they were really crusty up here in the front, and as you can see, we're looking a lot better. I haven't painted that oil filter cover yet because when I take it off, I'm gonna sand past it and paint it since it's a part that comes on and off. But I think we're looking pretty good, pretty good here.
So I let the paint dry, and then while that was drying, I stripped down the frame to pretty much, as you can see here, and the frame has a nice cutout, so I could put it over the motor and bolt it all in, put that, lower bar back in. I didn't end up opting for a clear coat on it because I read online on some forums that it'll yellow over time, and I want this to look good. So I started putting everything back together. I got the rear wheel and the swing arm and the shocks on. I got the front fork and front wheel on. I put on the handlebars, cluster, front brake, all connected. I took the time to polish the fender and some of the chrome on these pieces when I put them back together, just with some others and a rag. Then I wheeled it outside to look at it in the light, and it looks really good. Little sneak peek in the corner on that chain case is all polished out, and so that'll be next week's episode. More to come soon.